Gail, once again, we're taking a look at the VIX. We're taking a look at volatility this week.
What a week, Romaine. I mean, it's hard to know where to start. But the VIX just moments ago below 30, now at 30. But a huge trading range this week, a 9 to 10 point range as the VIX has gone from basically 38 to 28, now right at 30. Who knows what next week is going to bring? To talk more about all of this volatility and what could be ahead, let's bring in Christian Fromhertz, the founder of Tribeca Trading Group. Christian, some of these weeks, they feel like years. It feels as though we need a month off to deal with all of the action that's taken place. What stands out to you most in this past week?
Hey, Abigail. Yeah, I mean, it's been a difficult market. It's been that way. You know, it hasn't really changed too much in 2022. But, you know, what I'm kind of fixated on is what's going on in the technicals of the overall market. When we look at the indices, while we're seeing some bright spots, and we could talk about a couple of those bright spots in the market, the overall market just continues to trend down, and is really every time it kind of comes into either, you know, a 5-day moving average, 20-day moving average, it's getting rejected. Another thing that... Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead, sorry.
The other thing that we're seeing consistently in the S&P this year is that lower highs. You know, we continue to see, just like coming into that 20-day moving average, we're getting rejected there, and we're not able to really kind of take back any territory so far this year.
Yeah, true, but it's interesting. On the S&P, it looks to me as though there could be a bullish divergence where you have a rising RSI and a falling index, which suggests that the downward movement could turn out to be some sort of near-term bullish wedge. Do you see something like that, and is it supported by the idea that that VIX is back near 30 and seeming to really fall?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, those are a couple indicators and a couple pieces of the puzzle. I do view it a good sign that we saw the VIX kind of stay around that 35 range for a while. So, you know, progress coming down to the 30 level, and we've seen a couple of those bullish divergences this week where the VIX was actually down while the S&P was down. So, you know, it's a little bit of baby steps and kind of taking some of these indicators and saying, okay, maybe we're making a little bit of progress. But I think, number one, it's important to stay focused on what these trends are telling us right now in the market.
Well, Christian, you know, in June of 2020, you were one of the first people to talk about the sector rotations. And so you right now are also talking about how value is working better than growth. And you actually are highlighting a name that Romaine was just highlighting. I don't want to butcher its name, but LyondellBasell, the chemical painting company. You say that the materials, energy really working. Stick with what's working.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I'm a trend trader, and that's exactly what I do, is stick with what's working. And we are seeing some areas, obviously the energy, metals and mining, agriculture, and then parts of materials are also starting to kind of perk up a little bit. And LYB is not a name that's extended. It's what this market really likes right now, which is cheap names. The PE is about a 5 right now in that name. So I like cheap names here until this market changes, until the S&P really gets a stronger footing. I like LYB going out to April. You can look at the 110 calls, and it's not a very expensive option. You can spend about $2, and 110 would kind of get you back to its recent highs.
Wow, a PE of 5. I'm not sure the last time I heard of that. Christian Fromhertz of Tribeca Trade Group. As always, thanks for joining us for Options Insight today. And Taylor, back to you.
Thank you, as always. Our very own Bloomberg, Abigail.